Hello, Petunia. Happy late birthday. Sorry, I should get closer to the mic. Happy late birthday, Petunia. Sorry, I didn't stream yesterday. My allergies were so bad. I felt so sick. But yes, bleh. There you go. There you go. My hair is a little... my hair's not making me happy today. I'm gonna put it back. But I hope you're doing well. What did you do for your birthday, Petunia? And hello, White Death. Hope you're doing well. We're continuing the K picture because I just kind of want to... I don't want to say like I want to get it done like in a bad way. I just want to put away my art stuff so that way we can move on to doing either tank building or playing something, all that good stuff, you know. But I wanted to get this finished, so it's done. But anyways, how are you both doing today? I hope you're doing well on this fine evening. Sorry for not streaming yesterday, but I'll be streaming again on Thursday as well, and I don't know what we're gonna do then, but we'll figure that out. Oh, Tristan, I know I said I wasn't going... Oh, there's a bug. I know I said I wasn't going to show up, but I'm just going to stay away from Discord. My opinion isn't well liked. Oh, okay. I am sorry. I'm not very much on the Discord, so I do not know what you're talking about, but I'm probably just going to stay out of it because I'm not on the Discord much. That is okay, though. It is fine. You know, differing opinions are fine and welcome, in my opinion. I certainly don't mind discussions of differing opinions and whatnot. But yes, here on the YouTubes, we try to stay not political, not divisive and all that, because we're all just here to have a great time and talk about anime and video games and panzers, tanks, all that good stuff. Hello, have you been feeling better? Hello, Holy Knight. And Tristan, glad to have you back. Glad you're still here. My opinion is on Russian equipment. Oh, okay. See, and I I wouldn't even have an opinion. But I've seen people have full blown like big disagreements on the Discord, and I read through them in the past, and I was like, okay, like, and at the end they just agreed to disagree, and as long as it can be something where people aren't getting too upset and people are like, you know, all right, whatever, like, is what it is. At the end, I think it's fine. I think, yeah, nothing serious, but I'd much rather not just fight. Yeah, absolutely, Tristan. I get that. I 100% get that. I think the internet should be a fun place. Can't say I haven't fought people in the past, but online, that is. Never fought someone in the real life. Ate at IHOP with your family, Petunia, for your birthday? What did you get? Did you get some fun pancake, like one with sprinkles on it or something? Did they sing happy birthday to you, Petunia? We should all sing happy birthday to Petunia. It was his birthday yesterday, and we missed it because I didn't feel well. But yes, hello, Holy Knight. I am feeling much better. I am medicated now. I got my allergy meds, and I feel so much better. I literally tried to function as long as I could without it. I lasted a week, and then I was like, I can't do this. I am dying. And this morning especially was like really bad. I was like, I need something to just feel normal. Hello, Lena, and hello, Brandon. Howdy. Hope you guys are doing well. And yes, I am feeling much better. Yeah, what did you get? It wasn't really that big of a disagreement compared to the other ones I've seen. Yeah, Holy Night, I feel like we might be talking about the same one, because I know there was one that I don't know if you were involved in, but I remember seeing you chat around it. I don't even remember what it was about. I can kind of remember who was involved, but I was like, I'm not gonna touch this. I don't want to touch any arguments, personally. Mostly because I do want this to be a place where everyone can share their own thoughts and ideas. Because not so much the YouTube again, because we gotta maybe be careful about what we say on here. But on the Discord, I think it's fine for people to have discussions about things that we might not all agree on. You know, prove that you can be friendly with people even if you disagree on things. What a strange concept. I suck at drawing shoes. Anyways, oh my goodness. I feel like things are going so quick. Hi, I currently have a couple drawings I need to work on. I will join you drawing by working on them. Yay! And Lighthouse, I haven't been on the Discord since I messaged you, but I saw your artwork that you had mentioned me to see. So it turned out very good, very nice. Yes, bleh. I already did the bleh, but I'll do bleh again. And make everyone say bleh. Everybody say bleh. That may have sent twice. I don't know. Oh, that's okay, Lena. What did you say? Oh, okay. Also, OMG, oh, my Ushka cosplay, thank you. You know, funny story about that. At the con, I barely wore it. I don't know if I said that last time, but I'm so excited to be making the con vlog video, honestly. I was getting all my stuff together today, because I haven't actually started it, but I want to, like, rate... Well, that's nice. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I rearranged some stuff in my room, and apparently it decided it didn't like it, so it decided to jump off the shelf. Yay. The IHOP waitress didn't sing happy birthday, but she gave you ice cream. Did you like it that way, though? Because I hate when people sing happy birthday. I don't go out for my birthday because of that. You know, this year might be different. My husband and I might be going to... What is that place called? Red Robin. Because I, like, never eat out anywhere, ever. So... You're going to explode, Lena. Don't explode! It would make sense if you finished K and that you started with Yukari. I could try to, Petunia, because I know you've been wanting me to draw Yukari. Of course, I'd have to find a Yukari picture to go off of. But we can see. We can see how far we get on K. I have a feeling we're going to finish K then, because I don't want to color this one. I want to just pen and ink this one and have that be it. Have that, look, quick, let's overload the chat display. Hi, Ervin. Hope you're having a good day / evening. Just be aware if you do that, it's going to take forever for me to catch up. Why is her one, like, I made her one, like, way too long. Oh my god, it looks scary. Why did I do that to her? Okay. You know what? This, like, too long too. What the f did I do? What did I do? You know what? We're going to draw little leggies. That's what we got to do real quick. We're just going to draw, that's where one foot's going to go. And then the other foot goes, like, right here next to it. There we go. Okay, and I just... You know, it's because I draw characters, like, with longer legs than they actually have. Okay, that needs to be moved down a little bit. And that... to there. Which is pretty much where it was before, but... hopefully this time it won't be as bad. I also feel like I turned her leg too much. But, you know, you need fan art of Miss Plastic. Well, eventually I'll be doing Monica in a nurse's outfit. So that will be happening, because we're going to need that for when we play Surgeon Simulator anyways. I'll need that for the thumbnail, and I'll have to make a little outfit for the Vroid Monica as well. Oh boy, anatomy is not my strong suit. I tried to make it so you guys can see it better, though, this time around. It's kind of like... there's a lot of noise, if you know what that means, but... On a happier topic, what is everyone's favorite airplane nickname? Mine has to be the F4 Phantom. Lead Sled is my favorite. Nice, bro. That better not be Mika? Who? What? Who? Wait. What was that in reference to? This is not Mika. This is K. But I assume you know that. Oh, for IHOP, you had chocolate chip pancakes. Nice. Very nice. And yeah, you don't remember. I know there were 2 discussions. It did occur due to me making a comment, but I wasn't involved in them. Gotcha, Holy Night. Yeah, I've seen disagreements, but for the most part, people just agree to disagree, and that's all good with me. It's not a fight. It's not a fight. It's not a debate. It's just here's what I think. Here's what I think. Okay, we agree to disagree. I applaud people for being adults in the Discord. I truly do. No, the cosplay was so perfect going sob in the corner. So, Lena, what happened at the con was that I realized I couldn't freaking see, because I have glasses and I really should be wearing them right now. But I have glasses for seeing up close. So I usually don't have problems seeing far away, but then the contacts were making it harder to see far away. And then I also had the issue of I was nauseous the entire con because of my allergies. Well, not because of my allergies, because I was taking Sudafed nonstop. And the whole thing is, I love Sudafed. It's the best thing ever. It keeps me awake, but it's the only thing that works for my allergies. So I get tons of energy, like a little energy boost, and it fixes my allergies up real good. Perfect. Especially perfect for a con, right? Well, the thing is that I can't take Sudafed generally more than one day. Like, I take a break day in between, because it messes with everything. It makes me more anxious and everything. So at the con, I was extremely nauseous, and I think it was because of anxiety from taking Sudafed. So that was a drawback. But I don't remember what I was going with here. Why did I start talking about that? Not really sure. Oh, so I didn't feel great as Ushka. That's the point I was going with. So I like the contacts were annoying me. It's a lot of makeup around my eyes, and then also the wig's a little heavy. I was just like, and I felt just not good. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear this for like all of 2 seconds. Plus, my husband had a photo shoot, or not a photo shoot, a meetup for Devil May Cry, and he was gonna have to stop being Massacric, and I was like, I don't really wanna be Ushka all alone out here. Just didn't feel like it. So I'm so confused by the official artwork, how these two things are like going together, but whatever. We're just gonna go for it. Looks like it. Ugh. We're gonna wait there a second. I'm gonna catch up on chat, and then we'll keep going. Alright, you guys, mine is the Thunder Screech. Alright, you guys are all talking about plain nicknames. Going absolutely fair. But cars are also welcome. Does Corsair count as a name? I don't have much plan. Swordfish. Swordfish. Can anyone provide a link to the Discord, and does the link expire? It generally does not, and I can provide it in about 2 seconds. You give me a second, Lena. I can go ahead and plop it on here. Your live stream, not even the fart. What? Your live stream, not even the fart too. Well, hello. Interesting username. Glad you could make it. And also, hello to Spoo Gamer. Thank you. Yeah, I'm working on it. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Real quick, I'm just gonna put the link to the Discord so that way it's pinned in there and everything. Let's see. Oh, want to help us with a quick survey? Not really. Not really the time for that. Thanks. All right. And how does one do this? I'm gonna remember how to invite people to the Discord. Every now and then, my brain just like stops working. Invite. I feel like I'm typing like an old person. Like, copy link. Oh wait, edit link. It will never expire. And copy link. All right, now we just gotta hope I can get the YouTube app to work on my phone, and then I'll go ahead and put the Discord up for you guys, so that way you can have that. Let's see if I can get it to work. All right, and paste. Beautiful. Enjoy. That should be to the Discord. And I will pin it on this end. Ooh. And pin message. Beautiful. Okay. Now y'all have that. There, Petunia, there. Petunia said not everyone said bleh. Oh, I'm sorry. Back to how I got my brother kicked out of my job. He's thought it was a good idea to open the hatch of a old tank that has radiation inside, but it's a little bit of it, but my boss told him to leave. Well, yeah, White Death. He didn't listen to the rules. That seems like a very... Even if it's not even that dangerous, it's still like you shouldn't be doing that. So, also, I'm sorry your cosplay didn't work out. Oh, it's okay. You know what? I wore the outfit today. Like, the outfit in total is totally something I would normally wear, so it's fine. I'll still wear it. The funny thing about the Ushka cosplay, too, I actually managed to sew a pin into the sweater, so it also was stabbing me in the arm the whole time. I got the pin out since, but yeah, that happened. The F4 Phantom is the easiest one I can think of. Phantom is his real name, but crews have it named like a lead sled Old Smoky Anvil. Reasons being that it's heavy aircraft. Fun facts, the Soviets liked certain types of Lend-Lease tanks and planes. Most popular, the plane was a P-39 Air Cobra, and medium tank was the Sherman, and light technically was the British Valentines. They absolutely despised M24 tank. All right, interesting. Someone they did like that. You guys are going back and forth on that. What did you think about what I did? What did I think about what you did? I'm completely drawing a blank, Brandon. I apologize. Wow. I'm sorry. Hello, Ryan. I hope you're having a good night. Brandon, refresh my memory. please. And I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna have to skip most of the tank facts and stuff, at least for now, to make sure I don't get behind, because last time I got really behind. I think when I'm doing something like this, it's harder to keep up. Even harder than usual, and you guys know I have a hard time usually. Angel, hello! Yes, this is for you, Angel. You wanted K, you got K. Hello everyone, been a while. Been a tough work week and had 12-hour shift yesterday on Sunday. Luckily, I'm on a full week break from work. Nice! Very nice. What I sent you in Discord. Yeah, I remember you sending me something. I'm completely blanking. I'll have to check again. Just wanted to pop in and say hello, good night, Plastic. Good night, Lena. We'll make a Discord at some point and I will eventually join. All right, sounds good. I usually put it in the chat of the streams if I remember or someone, nudges me to. So have a good one, Lena. It was nice to see you. Let's see. I think my main question is, why is there a tank of radiation just sitting around where... Well, if the radiation is low enough, it kind of makes sense. Old Russian tanks use radiation, no translate for the word, and the gauge that makes them glow in the dark. Also, they think it would be good enough to use. Interesting. Yeah, everything's slightly radioactive, in my opinion. I'm gonna check this real quick, Brandon. But, yeah, no. Everything's radioactive to some degree. Why not? Anything that's old. I feel like everything that's old has some sort of outdated chemical. Like, it's similar to, like, lead paint. I just feel like everything... They used to use stuff that they just didn't realize was going to be a problem later on. Alright, what you sent me in Discord now. How do I see my messages? Oh, my goodness. I'm such a wreck on here. And now, where are you? There you are. Oh, yes! Yes, you sent me about the game! And I was liking and hearting it. Yes, you sent me a game where you made... a doctor's office for me. For Consumi, for Monica, for Miss Plastic. Thank you. I thought it was interesting, honestly. So, very nice. Very nice. I do remember looking at that and liking it and everything. I just didn't respond and say anything. But yes, I think it looks very nice. A very good job. Hopefully it runs well. Alright. Oh, good. I was like, oh, good, you guys can't see what I'm messing up over here. That makes me feel better. Alright, one there, because apparently the wheels of these go way up in the front, which maybe they do, because I don't roller skate. I rollerblade. I don't know how to roller skate. Rollerblading is much easier, in my opinion. I asked my husband for Christmas if he can get me Heelys. It did. It worked really well, Brandon. Awesome. Good to hear. Also got a haircut today. My afro is gone now. More aerodynamic. Nice. Do you mean radium? Radium is used for a lot of glow in the dark paints. Oh. Yes, there's no translation for the word. Is radium radioactive still to some degree? Or is it like one of those things that's not... We're not sure if it actually hurts people, like radon? Where they're like, yeah, long exposure to it's probably not a good thing, but you know... It does come from the ground. Not that that's any excuse. Oh my gosh, Angel! Where's the thing? Okay, get this. You know how these don't make noise? Angel, you weren't here last time? First of all, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me go down and see. Quack! Yes, quack! Thank you so much, Angel! So last time you weren't here, I upgraded, but downgraded at the same time because I didn't realize these don't make noise. So, check this out. This is the old squealer from the last time, or I guess a whistle. I guess squealer is not a real word. Sounds like it's a pig. But anyways, so old whistle. I was gonna try and do both, but my kids are asleep, and if the kids wake up, I have to go get them because my husband's working nights now. So, thank you so much, Angel. Yay! I tried to make a hybrid and like tape them together. It didn't work out, by the way. It was a thought. I did try. But yes, thank you so much. Something smells like fire. Someone has a little fire outside. It is only 9:30. For a second there, I was like, who has a fire this late? And then I'm like, oh, it's still, yeah. Makes sense, fire pit. On the top of radon, old Festaware plates are highly radioactive. I think you get confused with M10. Okay, it did. Love it. I still have to go to work on the art that I meant to make. I have to go now, unfortunately, but I wish you good luck, and I'll see you next stream. See you next stream, Angel. Have a good night, and no rush on the artwork. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it, though. But, yes, have a good one. Sweet dreams. We will see you next time. Yes, Petunia. I didn't have anything to say. Okay. Soviets also kind of made knockoff of the Studebaker trucks they got from Lend-Lease in the form of the Gaz AAA, AAA. Also, it probably was the M10. I am more familiar with domestic Soviet production than the Lend-Lease. Can you tell that Angel, Holy, what, Petunia, what? You're asking Holy Knight to tell Angel that yesterday was your birthday? Angel can read the chat too. Yes? Well, Angel's now gone. He had to leave, but that was very kind of him. I can post the trailer on Discord if anyone's interested. Oh, also there's a German film coming out this month called Der Tiger. It comes out on the 18th and is basically a Panzer version of Das Boot. Ah. You can go ahead and share it and see if anybody's interested, Ervin. No problem with doing that. Might as well, right? Alright, I feel like this is going a little okay now. It looks really dark on the screen because the rest is really light. Probably shouldn't have been... I'm pressing too hard on the pencil, to be honest. Because I'm getting annoyed with this. Not really annoyed. Just like, I don't know if I can draw this right. I'm gonna try. And I'll get back over to you guys. And then I have some fun stories to tell you. Because now I'm like going out and living life and it's really fun. And I went and did things. And it was fun. As life tends to be. Angel didn't acknowledge my birthday was yesterday. That's okay, Petunia. Maybe next time. He said he'll be on next stream, so maybe Thursday, remind him. Of course, I don't know what you're looking for him to say, but... I want to watch Der Tiger. It looks so good. Radom was the only way to light up the dark, and at the time, but it comes at the cost of radiation, and then people that it was acceptable because it was not known about radiation poisoning. Yeah. Again, I feel like that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff that used to be. The house that we're in has a lot of lead paint, which has nothing to do with what you're talking about other than my comment before, which was that I think it's just a thing of the times, you know? It's just how things were. Actually, our house has asbestos in it too, but that's encapsulated, so I'm not so worried about that. The lead paint, any obvious ones I've pretty much taken care of painting over, but it's still around. Especially with the kittens who are now eating parts of the wall off. But, you know, that's what happens when you have orange cat energy and gray cat energy all in the same room. That is a big straw. That's okay. It looks like it is a big straw over there. We gotta make it a bendy straw. We gotta make it a bendy straw. Maybe not so bended, though. There we go. That's good enough. Also, I'm pretty sure I never got the... yes, Nurse Monica will need an ID badge and a stethoscope. Yes, you had mentioned that. We will have to do that. He didn't read them. I'm sorry, Petunia. I never heard that the Russians ever got that. Who didn't read what? Oh, Petunia's saying that, yeah, Angel didn't read that it was Petunia's birthday. There you go. You got Erwin. Erwin's wishing you a happy birthday. That's good. All the American tanks I know that they got were Sherman and some different variants. Some Stuarts, I can't remember which models. Russia never got M26s. You guys are going back and forth on that. But I will now tell you my fun thing. Well, you all chat about the tanks, and I doodle for a moment and just ramble on. So, I went to a book signing, because my uncle's an author. And I went to a book signing thing that was at this cute little secondhand bookstore. And, oh my gosh, look how big the burger is. I don't know how to draw food. I don't know how to draw this. We're gonna save this for last. I'm just gonna draw how big it's gonna be. That's how big the burger's gonna be. Actually, it should be even bigger. It looks like it's like comically large. So I went to a book signing, at this little secondhand bookstore, which is basically just someone's house converted into a bookstore. And on the front lawn, if you stayed late enough, you could watch The Exorcist, which is pretty cool. For free. You just had to bring like a chair. But when we were there, one of the people, well, my uncle was handing out these little, I should have brought him up here. My uncle was handing out these like little plague doctors, which is really cute. These little plague doctor charms. But there's this guy there who had dice, like 20-sided dice. Is that how many sides the D&D has? I'm a little uncultured in that way. Good day, Omega. Hope you are doing well and having a good day. But yes, so oh my goodness, blah blah for Petunia. Hearts in the chat for Petunia. Look, I could do hearts too. Hearts, yay. Okay. I watch another streamer who does that. They always do hearts. And I'm like, I should do that. Thank you so much, Ervin. Let's get the thingy. Let's get the party noises. Here we go. I almost just stuck the pencil in my mouth. Woo. I mean, I can try. There we go. That kind of worked. We'll live with it. I mean, I can't be too loud again because of the kids. I'm well. I hope you are well. I am so much better now that I have medicine. We were all just talking about that before. But, thank you for asking. I'm glad everything's going well with you, Omega. But I went to the book signing, and this one guy had those dice, and it was roll for initiative, and if you beat him, which means you get the higher number when you roll, and I kind of like bullied my mom into doing it. In a nice way, the nice way of bullying, you know, how you bully a friend. I was like, look, Mom, you could roll for initiative. And I said it really loud, and the lady behind the table was like, do you want to? And I'm like, go on, Mom. She's like, I don't know what that is or what I'm doing. She did win, though. So, oh my gosh, Tristan. Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh, you guys are being so generous. Thank you. It sounds so sad. There we go. I'm going to bed. I have work. Good night, all. I have no funny comment. I'm tired. Drink water. Oh, sweet dreams to Tristan. And yes, thank you for a reminder to drink water. Have a good night. It's okay that you don't have anything funny to say. You get some sleep. You must be tired, and I appreciate the donation. Thank you. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you guys are so generous. Love you guys. You guys are great. You're great anyways, but I do very much appreciate it. What class was she playing? She wasn't. It was nothing. She said she was like, I played D&D once with that guy over there, because it's her brother who's the author. And she's like, and he made up his own rules, so I don't think we got very far. So there was no context. It was just roll and see how well you do. And if you beat him, you get to keep the die. And she did. And then we went inside, looked at everything. I came back out and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I was like, has anyone lost? And he's like, yeah, one other person lost. Because before, when my mom did it, he was like, oh, I've lost every single roll. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be the first one to lose. And not going to be me. So I waited for someone else to lose. Then I went over. I was like, did anyone else lose? He's like, yeah, actually. I was like, okay, now I'll do it. And sure enough, I did fine. I did fine. I got the die too. And it turns out, because my friend went with us, and when she rolled it, she actually lost. And he was like, and you still get to keep the die, because I don't want any losers here anyways. And I was like, oh, because none of us are losers. So he was super cool. And where this is going is that I actually bought a book. So for a little bit of a backstory, and I'm sure you guys might be able to tell, I'm getting better at reading the chat, but I read at probably a 7th grader reading level, to be honest. I am not a good reader, and it sucks because I'd like to be, but books are really difficult for me. So, and there's multiple reasons for it. The number one thing is I have a comprehension deficit, which means I tend to not, I think I've mentioned this before, I have issues understanding things. So unless it's either dumbed down or something, it's kind of difficult for me to understand what the actual hell is going on. And the more details you put into a book, the more confused I am going to be. And so this guy basically showed his books. He's kind of like a funny horror author. And so his book was called The Girl Who Punches Werewolves. And he sold this to me by saying this is like Lara Croft meets The Howling, or The Craft meets, what was the other one? I don't remember, but or The Craft meets Underworld. And I was like, okay, I'm pretty sold. So I get it. He signs it. He signs it really nicely too. He put that any problems that come your way ... punch him in the face. And I was like, this guy has a good sense of humor. I enjoy this. So I started reading it. It is the best. I've never read like a funny book. And this I'm not even kidding. Like, I love Battle Royale. It's probably my favorite series book, but this book is just hilarious. It has gone to the point where this girl apparently is half witch, half werewolf, has no idea, stumbled upon a werewolf, and she's like dying because she didn't take her medication. And this werewolf's gonna like totally kill her and her friend. So she's like, well, I'm gonna die anyways because I don't have my meds. Proceeds to jump on the werewolf's back and vomit all over it. And that's where we're at. I'm like, this is amazing. And the whole thing is like the way it's written. I started reading it out loud. My husband's cracking up. He's like, it doesn't say that. I was like, it does though. It does though. It's so dumb. I was thinking that the D&D campaign for the server, it should be a one-shot or a short campaign, 5 seasons up or sessions. Yes, Omega, whatever you think is best. I have no idea what would be best, but I will follow whatever it is as long as I just need your. I guess if you set it up, I will figure out how to be there. I feel like I have so much going on, but I would love to. I've always wanted to play D&D. Always. Good morning, Alvin, and hello, Mashbat. Hope you guys are doing well. But yeah, it's the book's pretty great so far. It's very teenage angsty, and I love it. And I'm like, this is amazing. And there's a bunch in the series, so so here's the thing too. It's written exactly how I need it to be written. She's literally like, yeah, so this thing had like, yellow eyes, and it was big, and it's fluffy, and it's probably like this tall, and you know what a werewolf looks like. And then it just goes on. And I'm like, thank you. It's like, I don't need all the extra fluff. Stop giving me that. That's why I read part of The Hobbit to my daughter because my husband got it for her. And he was like, this will help her get to sleep. And I was like, okay. I'm there reading it, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. And then I couldn't take the name seriously, Billy Bo Baggins. And I started just laughing. And I told my husband, I was like, I'm done. I'm never reading this again. I haven't even seen all the Lord of the Rings movies, let alone I'm not going to read this. It's not happening. It's just not going to happen at this point. Your boy is not doing well. Oh no, sick for the fourth time this year. Mashbat, I am so sorry, and I hope you feel better soon. Are you sure you're sick and it's not allergies? Because my allergies have been terrible, and they seem to be lingering, which is always wonderful. But that's because ragweed. And also, I think it's because the kittens are in our bedroom, and it didn't occur to me till I woke up. My face was like 3 times the size it's supposed to be the other morning, that I was like, oh, I am slightly allergic to cats. It usually only bothers me if they're wet or if they have really bad dandruff, but I'm like, 4 kittens in a room where I'm sleeping and breathing that in all night, yeah, that might do it. That might cause me to poof up a little bit. So I'm doomed if I go outside the house. I'm doomed if I stay inside the house. But yes, but we hope you feel better, Mashbat. Excited. I just made a community post tagging Angel about my birthday. Petunia, I don't know if that's the best method. I mean, you'll get his attention, but will it be good attention is the question. But the main thing is finding a time that works for everyone, LOL. That is always the hardest part of every campaign. It sounds like a lot of scheduling. Not that I mind, but I especially now that I'm trying to have a social life and stuff, it's like, it might be a little difficult. But hey, I'm willing to try it. On Wednesdays, I'm playing Baldur's Gate with my one friend. We're hoping to eventually beat it, because neither of us have ever beaten it. Which I guess is more common than I thought, because I can't find anyone who's beaten it other than my husband. And again, he played with mods, so I don't know if... Like, not that you wouldn't count it, but he had, like, all the party members the whole time and all this stuff. A change of a session is never fun. Oh. I can read at a 6th grade reading level on THI count of my... because of your autism. Yeah, Mine is just, it's so difficult to understand things. And if you're going to add a bunch of fluff, I'm going to forget what's happening, first of all. And, well, that's more so since I hate that I got that concussion last year because I've noticed my memory is still really, I'm trying to fix it as much as I can, but I think it's just time. But my short-term memory is really bad, sadly. And you know, when you read, you kind of need to remember what's going on. Just kind of important. It might be the whole point of reading the story to, you know, understand the story, but good job, Brandon. What did Brandon, wait, what? Oh, yes. I was like, what? And then I saw the Mashbat said that. I've been trying to convince my boss to put up cardboard cutouts of Girls with Panzer characters next to our tanks as example, Mika and Aki next to the BT-42. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing, White Death. What did he think? Or is he like dead set on no? Because, I mean, that would be pretty cool. And it would also get more people maybe into Girls in Panzer, and also maybe Girls in Panzer people would go and visit your museum, you know? Even though I'm pretty sure if they're in the area, they probably already have been there. But, you know, it's cool. It would be cool marketing strategy, as long as you won't get in trouble for it. Which I don't know. You work in a Finnish museum, White Death? Yeah. Must be, because there's only one of that tank. Before stream, I was reading a Strike Witches manga. I think it was called Crimson something, and let's just say, I had to use my thumbs to censor some. With Strike Witches, that doesn't surprise me. That would be awesome if he agrees to do it. It would be awesome. I agree. I can read about anything. I hate things that I don't like while reading. Example, I like pink books, but if the book talks about fairy tale, he's on the wall, but we're in the crack ass of nowhere in Finland. Well, then you might as well do it, right? Right? It's like, what do you gotta lose? Worst people come in, they're like, what the heck are these? And then you can put like a little thing next to it that says Girls in Panzer, and then they look it up, and then they get obsessed with it, and then they come find us. And then we all become one big happy family, and we all stream together. I missed my mouth a little bit, sorry. I know that's very attractive. Hello, cute seals. Hope you're having a good day/evening. Sorry, that sounded a little aggressive on my end. I didn't mean it so. Hope you're having a good day/evening. There we go. Better inflection. Tomorrow at school, it's senior skip day? Already, Petunia? I feel like our school always had that at the end of the year. Like, really close to the end, so you weren't actually missing anything. And all the teachers knew it, so even if you did go in, nobody cared. Like, the teachers were not gonna make you learn anything. I would play D&D if I can use a gun. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works. You can cast fireballs though, right? Like you can. My only knowledge of D&D is Baldur's Gate, so excuse me if I'm completely wrong. I remember that the museum with the BT-42 put out a request for donations to protect the tank and couldn't understand why they were getting a lot from Japan. Yeah, maybe you'd get like visitors from Japan if you put out the Girls in Panzer stuff. They'd be like, oh, I gotta see this. Just make sure you don't get in trouble. Like, the company doesn't get in trouble. Or the museum doesn't get in trouble, rather. You know, it might not be worth it. But it would still be super cool. Oh, also, I mean, I'll catch up on chat in 1 second, but I should probably also mention, if you saw my video go up this weekend, and then you were like, why'd that get taken down? And then it came back. So I took the footage for the video of Darjeeling sipping tea, took it from someone else's video on YouTube of just the scene in total, and then cut it to just be that part on repeat. And I didn't realize they had a watermark in the upper right-hand corner until after I uploaded it. And I was like, oh, and I didn't notice it either until I played it on the big TV for my kids to listen to. And I was like, oh, there's a watermark there. I should probably blur that out. So I clicked the blur out button, and it sure enough, it blurred that out, but it also blurred out Orange Pico's face. So I re-uploaded completely, because you can't undo that anymore. You used to be able to undo. If you did something like that on YouTube and you made a mistake, you could undo it. Now they're like, no, you can't undo it. Gotta re-upload. It's so stupid. So after that point, I knew I was like, I'm gonna have some people who are confused, but it's better to do it now. I didn't want to make a community post about it because, like, hey, you know what? It's no big deal. I'll just talk about it on stream. Because it's kind of confusing, I suppose. Or it could be confusing. Who knows? Who knows? I hate that it's not super... Like, I put the sharpening thing up as far as I could, but it's still a little fuzzy. Poor Pico, I know. I must have clicked the button twice because it was like smack dab in the middle, and that's the only reason it was on her face. Because when you click it, it just appears, and then you have to drag the blur to where you want it to be. So I must have double clicked. And I moved it to where I needed it to be, and then it doesn't surprise me because my Surface has like terrible mouse pad, so I should have used an actual mouse. I also shouldn't have been trying to do a million things at once, but, you know. Holy Night, you said, I can relate to that consuming. Due to my dyslexia and also autism, I read very slowly. Also, if I look at a big book or Wikipedia page, I just freeze up. I find a lot of words to be intimidating. Yes, if the font's too small, I give up. I actually, funny enough, so manga I can generally do. Death Note I gave up because of the typography and how small the writing was and how much of it there was. I was like, it's got to be close to the anime. So, I mean, I have Death Note, the manga, but I'm like, I just kind of have it in case the power goes out or something happens where we no longer have the internet and, you know, I can never watch Death Note again, so I have it in paper form. Because, you know, my brain likes to work like that. Gotta have a plan just in case. Girls and Panther fans gotta unite to donate to the Tank Museum to restore the King Tiger. Ooh, I mean, isn't the North Pole post office in the far north of Finland? It is Crimson Witches. Frederica can be a very interesting boss. It just is at my school. Yeah, Petunia. No, I know. At my school, they always had it at the end of the year, the senior skip day. Also, the Bovington Tank Museum is looking to restore a Tiger 2 first run prototype back to working order. Nice. What is skip day? If no one answered you yet, Omega, which it looks like somebody has. Maybe. Yeah, seniors don't come into school. It's not an official thing. It's like, oh, it's tomorrow's senior skip day, and it's like the kids plan it. But then, sorry, you guys are not kids. If you are a teenager, you're not kids. I call everyone kids. I call people my own age kids, and I'm about to be 30 in, oh god, 2 weeks. Ugh. I'm so old. Oh, man. Aaron, why they did that was to give roofs pavilions. Yeah. D&D movie good, though? D&D movie? There's a D&D movie? Wait, is that is that the one that was a propaganda film? The one that... Did JonTron review it back in the day? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Because it is pretty great, and I need to get it on DVD. Senior skip day is a day. Yeah, okay. So do they not have that in Australia? Mega? Senior skip day? Mega, do you have cameras in my room because that was the last chapter I read before hopping on stream? He just knows. Let's see. Poor Pico. Yeah, poor Pico. Consuming hates Orange Pico confirmed. I hate Assam more. No, I don't hate any of them, but if I was going to pick a least favorite Gloriana girl, it's definitely Assam. Orange Pico's fine. She's not my favorite, but she's fine. My favorite's Rosehip, so... You know. Also, I can agree she is a very interesting boss. You're talking about Crimson Witches, and the only issue I find with that idea with the cardboard cutout is that it finds something someone's gonna take it. It would be a cool photo op, though. I don't know if someone would take it. It would be big, yeah? Just print every single frame of Death Note. And then just flip through it. So I could watch it even if I don't have... Oh. They should make books like that, actually. They should make that. Like the... You know how if you flick through, you can see, like, things moving? Like, it's animated, but it's done by hand. They should do that for shows and just do full episodes printed in little books. I would love that. You just came up with a great idea, Cute Seals. I'm probably the only person who's interested in such a thing, but it's a good idea. The red pants are so funny. I would love to hang out with them. Oh, I have no idea what you were talking about. Then see who's put it outside and pull it when it's raining or oh yeah. For whatever reason, yeah, it just occurred to me that they built a pavilion, a tent thingy over it, so obviously it's outside. In my brain, I was thinking this tank was inside. Oh boy. How late is it? I can't use it as an excuse yet. It's not 10. Close, but not so much. Agreed. I can't wait to read. And I hate how some teachers don't really approve senior skip days. I know one teacher that acknowledges that there won't be enough students in their classroom. So now I'm conflicted about tomorrow. No, don't go. If it's actually official senior skip day, don't go. Life's too short. It's high school. It's one day. Just skip it. If everyone else is skipping it, just skip it. I think there might have been one teacher who, like, would give tests. But, I don't know. We had some stupid teachers, though. No offense. We had some good teachers, too. I'm not trying to, like, crap on all my teachers. But we had some who had very questionable ways of teaching, I guess. And questionable... How do I put this? When someone dies in a car accident, driver's ed should probably not talk about car accidents. Just an idea. That's called not using our brains. But he also wouldn't wear a jacket that fit him properly, so... If I liked him more, I wouldn't be saying these things. He was not the best. We had an issue with our school where they wanted really good coaches, and so what would happen was a teacher, like, basically, if you wanted to be a coach, you had to be a teacher at the school, but they did it backwards. Instead of finding good teachers that would then, like, coach sports, they found good coaches and then pushed them into teaching roles. And if you didn't have, like, an English anything and stuff, because, like, there were English teachers who were coaches, but otherwise you got thrown into health and driver's ed. So a lot of them were, I think all of them, actually. Pretty much all of them were coaches. Nope, they were. Even the one I just thought of, I was like, nah, maybe not that woman. I'm like, no, she was softball coach. Oh my god. It's a weird double standard because we want to be known, but at the same time, we're finished, so we're kind of like quiet. Aw. That sounds like me. At least in the real life. That's really sweet. I don't know why. That just... Aw. Finland. Stop being so adorable. Not mine. I posted a video of them making their appeal pitch. Consuming warm water. And no, I don't do the warm water except for my hot cocoa, which I finished. So I'm on to my tea. My mysterious black tea mixed with Earl Grey. Don't know what the black tea is still, but that's fine. The black tea is cheaper than the Earl Grey, so I know it's not the same. We have much up days, which were the graduating cohort dress up. Oh, like you guys would dress up as stuff? We had some kids just randomly do that, but then people, I mean, they're teenagers do things. We had some people doing some things that were not considered appropriate. But it was always hilarious. I loved, especially Halloween in high school was great. It was great seeing the stuff that people would get dressed up in and then get immediately in trouble for and, like, sent immediately to go change. Fantastic. Loved it. Restoring the King Tiger V2, the oldest surviving King Tiger. I'm going by what the video says. Our driver's ed was outsourced. Really? You know, that kind of makes sense though. Like your school did it the right way around. Oh, with the coaches and the, you know, not our school. Our sports are too freaking important. Education be damned. Our athletes, though. We gotta focus on them. I don't know why they did that way, but they did. But they did. But, so your driver's ed was outsourced. That actually kind of makes sense, though, like, to a, driving school? Because it's like, you have driver's ed, but you still had to, in America, or rather in New Jersey, I don't know how it works all throughout America, but, you have to get so many hours behind the wheel, before you can have your license. Like, you have to be with an adult or whatever, because you get your, like, I don't even know what it's called, but you get little stickers on your, on your license plate to show that you're practicing, so the cops know, I guess. But like, if it's a driving school that's teaching you, that makes more sense than freaking field hockey coach, right? At least in my opinion, it makes more sense. I don't know. I agree to consuming warm water is where black came from. I just had to say, oh, is it? There you go. I couldn't remember where black came from. The people that randomly dressed up were the drama class. Oh, of course it was the drama kids. Of course it was. Who else was it gonna be? I used to go super gothed out in high school. I used to wear corsets to school and everything before, like, everyone decided to wear lingerie out in public. Because apparently that's a thing now. But I used to wear corsets. I used to wear my fishnets and everything. I was always fully covered, though. I had tons of layers on, so I never got in trouble for it. But it was a lot of fun. It was indeed very fun. Big sis, I'm not scared. I'm not scared on what you're talking about. I don't know what we're referring to. I always go off into so many different directions. We were like little people, but we do fight back hard. But the standard is to be quiet and finish each other's sentences and let people do what they do. I appreciate that. That sounds like a good way to live. Live and let live within reason. Fight back if you need to. Sounds exactly right in my book. Makes sense to me. Yeah, we had actual driving teachers take us for it. It was at a driving school. I like that, actually, Omega. That makes much more sense than what we did. Much more sense than whatever the heck you want to call the way we learned. And the year that we had driver's ed, we didn't have health class. So we had a whole year without health class because we had to learn how to drive. I was speaking of driving. Me and my sister have been learning how to drive from my mom, and one time I almost took out a stop sign before taking a turn. Instead of stopping or slowing down, I floored it. Oh no! Most schools here have a uniform. I low-key wish we had uniforms. And the reason is that it makes everyone on a very even playing ground in a way. Versus the haves and the have-nots and who can follow a trend and all that, which wasn't as bad when I was in school because we didn't have, like, TikTok. We did have Instagram, but it had just, like, started. Well, it didn't just start, but it was starting to gain popularity. Because I think Instagram was created in 2009, if I remember, if my facts are correct in my head. But people were using it and everything, but you'd have, like Uggs was a thing when I was in school. There were these things that people used to do. I never see anyone talk about this. They were feathers. You would put a feather in your hair, but they were like these little skinny feathers. Me and my one friend started saying that all of them were clones or aliens or something. We're like, oh, there's all the feather. We call them like the FC. I forget. It was like feather cult something. I don't know. We started calling the feather clone cults. It was the FCC, the feather clone cult. And anytime we saw one of them, we were very stupid. I loved it. I love being this person, this cringy person. We were at the lunch table. I remember we'd see one and we'd go, oh, there's another one. Oh no, they have fallen to the cult. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. That's part of the reason why we keep having uniforms. Yeah. Well, plus then you don't have people getting dress coded all the time. It does make things easier. But yeah. I don't know. As much as I like really pushed the envelope in the way of like being a distraction, I suppose, I still kind of like really like the idea of. Oh, I just realized her arm is super off. Do I care? Is it like so off that it ruins it? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna move this part over because yeah, this doesn't make any sense. We're just gonna go for it though. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look like her arm's like falling apart or anything. So we'll take it. We'll take it. I learned that day that as a coping mechanism for a near-death experience, I laugh hysterically. I laugh hysterically anytime I'm uncomfortable, which is really, really, really bad. I laugh when things are really messed up, and I laugh whenever I'm really, really, really uncomfortable. I mean, I just giggle kind of in general because it's easier to talk to people and stuff if you're like smiling and you're giggling and whatnot. But it's yeah, it's odd because someone will be like, I have like, not that, you know, it's, are you also coloring Kate? I'm not gonna color her. I'm doing it all in pen and ink. I'll shade her with pen, but I'm not gonna color this one. It might have to do with the fact that I don't like the color yellow. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm not. I actually am not a fan of the color yellow, but I just kind of don't feel like coloring this one. I kind of feel like leaving it. And I like black and white. I like a lot of contrast. So we're going to just keep this one like this. Plus, I haven't just done a pen one so far. We did a color pencil one. We did the color pencil. We did the marker. It's like, it's time. It's time to do just pen. So that's this. This one's just going to be pen. Which means we will definitely finish it tonight. That's going to be our goal. If it takes us a little past normal streaming time, I'm okay with that. That is okay with me. I don't want to draw the hamburgers. I really don't want to draw the hamburgers. Average life is work, a sauna. Oh my god, I've never been to a sauna. But if it's anything like a hot tub, I would love it. Then lake, then sleep. Do you swim in the lake or do you go on top of the lake? And hope to win the rally race if you have a car. Nice. She'll be right, mate. Are you also... Okay. I remember there was this one girl that always wore this Japanese-style uniform once a week to school. I never knew why. Probably just for fun. When there is a bad... Oh, good night, Francisco. Have a good one if you are leaving. And hello if you are saying good night. Like, hello, good night. That doesn't make much sense. Have a good one, Francisco. And hope to see you again. But yeah, it probably was for funsies. Apparently, before I was in high school, there was a girl who used to dress up in her cosplays. And the school was just like, whatever. But again, like, obviously nothing was too revealing or whatever. So it makes sense. I think I lean towards thinking schools should have uniforms, but also see the reasons why they shouldn't. Yeah, because it does take away your creativity and all that, but you could also argue that then after school is when you could have that creativity. Because it also kind of... So, bit of a tangent, I guess, but I feel like nowadays people don't know what's appropriate to wear in public. And I've seen so much online where people are wearing not that it's an inappropriate thing, it's inappropriate for what they're doing. The drawing looks very well. Thank you, Francisco. I'm glad you like it so far. I mean, it's pretty much done. I'm just gonna be doing the pen and ink and all that stuff. But thank you very much. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people who don't know what is appropriate to wear in certain circumstances. And there's always been people like that. Maybe it's just that I'm seeing those specific people online. But it's funny. Because actually, on my alt tech channel, I made a whole response video to someone regarding an outfit choice that was not not the best. But I feel like, you know, uniforms kind of teach you that it's like, yes, you can be this person outside of school and all this, and you can be as creative as you want, but at the same time, you have a uniform for the specific thing. So, I don't know. I started working when I was in high school too, and I worked in an office, so at a certain point, I did have to start dressing more, nicer, I guess. I couldn't wear my fishnets and stuff, because at that point, the days I was working, it was like, well, I'm going right to work after this. I can't I gotta wear something nice, so I would wear like a suit jacket and stuff. I see this as an opportunity to at least start with Yukari. We'll see, Petunia. It all depends on how late this goes. On how long it takes to do K. With me yapping and everything. But Yukari will be next. And I don't know next stream exactly what we're going to be doing yet. Haven't decided. I'll figure it out. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll do Yukari at some point. Oh, when there's a bad situation, I try to make a joke out of it. Yeah, White Death. It helps process. I get that. Just the way some people deal with things. It is really odd though when you're around people who don't get that, because they look at you like you're being insensitive stuff, and it's like, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I really am not. I just honestly don't. This is how I process information. You know? But let's see. When in doubt, wear a suit. Yeah. Everybody looks better in a uniform. Suits, work uniform counts. Suit, absolutely. Looks better on everybody. Anything that's going to make you look dressed up. I heard a really good, like, kind of antisocial tip. Not that I will be using this, because again, I'm trying to be more social nowadays. But I did hear this really interesting tip, which was anytime that you hear a knock at the door, you grab your jacket, assuming that it's the weather for a jacket. And if it turns out to be someone that you want to talk to and that they see you, you say, "Oh, I just got home. This is perfect. Here, let's let me put my coat away and we can like chat." Or if it's someone that you don't want to talk to, you say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was just heading out." So that way, and then you just have to pretend you leave. I don't know where I heard that, but I liked that a lot. I remember learning it a while ago. I was like, that is so smart. If you're like one of those people who has people who just drop by randomly and you're like, I feel like that's also less common nowadays though. Other than like family. Hey, Cute K, thank you, Eriku? Eriku? Is that how you say it? Hope you're having a good day / evening. Today you made deep fried Oreos at school. As part of like a cooking class, Petunia? That's pretty cool. Pretty neat. Good times. I love when someone that does a draw based in other puts their own styles. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I have a tendency to draw characters with longer legs than they're supposed to have, but I like it. That is a really good tip, right, Omega? I mean, again, I don't know how relevant it is nowadays, but I was like, that is so smart. Because it's like, you get out of, you're not being rude, but you can do whichever, you know, if you want to talk to the person, just got home. You don't want to talk to them? Oh, sorry, I was just heading out. But yeah, there's your tip of the day. I guess. Tip of the evening. Yes, fair food. Oh, that's cool. Do you know how to make funnel cake? Petunia. You always love wearing your knee-high socks to school under your long pants when it gets too cold. I understand that, White Death. I get that. I always liked fleece stockings and stuff. Fleece lined. Oh, the best. The absolute best. My husband has fleece lined cargo pants. And I'm very jealous. Not yet. Well, hopefully you'll learn how to do that, Petunia. Because it would actually probably be dangerous if I learned how to cook like that. Maybe it's a good thing I don't know how to make much food. I made a really long thumb. That's okay. She's allowed to have an overly long thumb. She's just excited. She's extending her thumb out. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Oh, hello, Maho. Long time no see. Hey, I saw your community post. I don't know if it was from today. Were you streaming today? I wasn't going to be able to see it to catch your stream itself, but I saw you wrote a post about streaming. I just can't remember now if it said that it was posted today or not. So this might be a silly comment. The only people that drop by are family as such. We invite them in. Yes. Exactly. You know, fun story. So we get Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, not... I haven't gotten one in this house. Where I grew up, we used to get Jehovah's Witnesses, and you don't know what they do. They go door to door to try and, I was gonna use the word enlist, which is definitely not the right word. They try to get you into heaven with them, I think. Anyways, so, the Jehovah's Witnesses, where my parents lived when I used to live with them, actually knew me by name. And they would ask for me by name. Because the one time they showed up, and they always are dressed in, like, these nice suits. And it was crazy. Except for this one time. Oh, this one, I could have killed this lady. She came, and she had a little girl with her. I thought they were selling Girl Scout cookies. I was so annoyed. I was like, no, they got me. I opened the door. But so these other two guys one time came in suits, and I was like, oh my god, are they federal agents? What's going on? Because, of course, my brain's like, true crime? What? Have I seen a body? No. And I opened it, and they were like, can we talk to you? Do you know what Corinthians says and all this stuff? And I was like, I do. Because I actually, where I went to school, we read part of the Bible for English class. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, I actually do know this. I just learned it. And preach the gospel. Thank you, Holy Night. In other words, bring the good news. Thank you. Those are the correct ways to say what I said. Anyways, so they were like, oh, do you know Corinthians said it? And they start reciting it, and I'm like, yeah. And then I like said something that I learned at school, and they were like, oh. And I was like, yeah, they're like, can we come inside and pray with you? I was like, no. You cannot. I am but a lonely high schooler. I know I am not inviting you inside the home where you could theoretically murder me. So it's like, no. But so they learned my name because they gave me a handshake and then they left. And I was like, well, that was actually pretty nice. They weren't too pushy or anything. And then they would come back and they'd ask my parents directly. Like, they wouldn't even bother with them. They just were like, is Ivy here? My mom, like, would always, like, look back, and I remember a few times, she would be like, I remember being in the same room, just, like, around the corner, like, no, I'm not here. I don't want the strangers to come in the house. No, my mom was always like, no, because we were not Jehovah's Witnesses. Yes, I am, and still streaming, playing U-Boat right now. Oh, nice, Maho. Well, hello, and good luck with your streaming. Good luck. I just finished the outline of my tank, going to do the background. Awesome, Lighthouse. Definitely share it on the Discord, and make sure you mention me so I see it, since I'm so bad at checking the Discord, and I still apologize for that. I get them mixed up with the Mormons. The Mormons are more like... The Mormons are like the sister wife people, right? The Jehovah's Witnesses are more like a cult, from what I remember. They're like the escaping... No, I guess the Mormons are kind of like that too. I don't know. I mean, they're different, but I don't know exactly. Holy Knight, do you know the answer to this? Since you answered the other question. I'm back after my acquaintance Kevin talking crap about my series. Oh, sorry, Ryan. Maho, I guess your Fortnite stream conundrums hindered your knowledge about my birthday. Oh my gosh, Petunia. Mormons are heretics? Okay. I'm gonna pretend my brain is computing what that word means. Why can I not think of what that... heretics. Like heresy. Like the Horus heresy. Warhammer? Okay. So, yeah. My brain can kind of compute what that means. Based on context clues of other things. I'll be heading back to my stream. Just want to say hi. Well, hello, Maho. Good luck with your stream. Have a good night. What was I gonna say? Oh, funnier story, though, than my thing with the not Mormons. Now you got me messed up, Omega, with the Jehovah's Witnesses. So my uncle does movie nights. And sometimes they dress up. So they dressed up for this movie night, and he's a horror author, so they generally watch, like, horror movies. And the Mormons showed up during one of these movie thingies. I guess it was before the night, because I can't imagine they're going around in the night. And they came up to his house, and they knocked on the door. My uncle opens it. Everyone is in costumes, including one of them looking like the devil, I believe, was part of the story. And the Jehovah's Witnesses look terrified. And of course, my uncle, being who he is like, come on in, you can join us. That'd be great. They refused. They would not go inside. Oh, how the tables have turned. I love it. I love stories like that. It makes me so happy. So silly. Yeah, the Mormons are interesting at the very least. I don't know how to put Mormons are simply, they do things that a lot of our Christian denominations disagree with. Interesting. Since they do not believe in Jesus, since they do not believe Jesus is the son of, is God the Son, therefore are not Christian. Yes. What do the Mormons, do the Mormons think that one of the other disciples were the son of God? Because I know that, like, that's what Islam is. They just think that Muhammad's their Jesus. You guys can totally disagree in the comments and tell me I'm a freaking idiot. But these are the things I learned in school. Because this is... Otherwise, I wouldn't know any of this stuff. But we had, like, a religious part in school where we read Genesis and then we watched like a documentary of some guy going and living under a certain like religious denomination just to see what it'd be like. It was like World's Strictest Parents but with the random or wife swap. It was like that. And he went to go live with these other people to see how they lived. I have no idea what that show was called. But a documentary, I guess. It wasn't total. I guess you wouldn't call it a show. I would call it a show, but you know. That's just me though. Not all of them, but they are racist, and I believe only a certain amount of people can get into heaven, which is not true. They also believe in a bunch of other weird things. The Jehovah's Witnesses, the cap off in heaven. My mom always said, she was like, why are they going to the doors of people and asking them to join if we might be kicking their spot? We might be kicking them out of their spot in heaven. And I thought that was very funny. That's how my mom viewed it. Now my brain hurts now. I said I can understand about anything, but when I dislike something, I just don't get it. Yeah, well, we're almost done with this conversation. There's not much else we can go to on this conversation of religion anyways. No, they believe everyone can become a god at the end of time or something like that. They don't believe in the Nicene Creed, though, therefore are not Christian. No, I know they're not Christian. What the fuck did I miss while doing laundry? We're trying to figure out the difference between Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses. Welcome to the stream. Where we talk about literally anything. I was telling a story about Jehovah's Witnesses in my area, or where I grew up at least, and now we got a little sidetracked. Started talking about it, but I don't get it either. The Lord, but I don't get it either. There you go, Omega. I knew that, I just didn't know how to explain it. I guess I got them confused with Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, sorry about people not getting into heaven. It's just a bunch of... It's all good. We're done. We're just trying to figure it out, and it's all in good fun. But yes, all right. So anyway, oh my gosh, wait. I was gonna say something else about the book signing too, but I don't remember what it was. It wasn't about the girl who punches werewolves. Sorry, not kicks them. She punches them. Oh, it was about horses. So. When I went to the con, there's this guy there named Samurai Dan. He's super cool. He's talking about how different martial arts skills have a place in history, but would never work in an actual fight. So they're like, they come from something, but they're not something you would actually use. Consuming religion. Don't worry, White Death. I introduced you to... That will make everything make sense. But yes, so anyways... He talks about different combat skills and everything, and I went to his one panel, and he was explaining that high kick that people do, like jumping up and then kicking, while that is a terrible idea to do in combat, because you pretty much are leaving your entire self open, um, the historical place where that came from was that people used to do that to kick people off their horses, because horses in Japan were very short and small, and the people in Japan tend to be pretty short. So you could literally jump and kick them off their horse, which my mom, I was telling her, and she started cracking up in the car on the way to this book signing thing as I'm explaining this, because she's just, the imagery, I guess, of someone being kicked off their horse by someone just jumping is very funny. And so we get to the book signing, everything's going on. We go to leave, and there's this little trailer, like that animal trailer, to the right of us as we're driving back, and she's like, "What's in the trailer?" And I just blurted out, "Japanese horses." She was dying laughing. I was just being such a smartass. And then we pull up a little more, and there's a Haagen-Dazs truck, and she's like, "Okay, smarty, what's in that one?" I was like, "More Japanese horses." Everything was about Japanese horses. It was fantastic. At least they're not the Catholic. Oh, Brandon. I just read that, but I'm not gonna read that out loud. Today I made my brother try reindeer meat at the restaurant that has a name. It's too long for me to translate. He said it tastes very interesting. He did not elaborate further. Interesting gives us very little to go on. I'm kind of curious as to what you would say it's akin to, because I assume it would taste like normal deer meat, but I don't really know the difference. I guess reindeer are bigger, but I don't know the biological differences other than one is larger. Do they actually taste different? Not that I would know, because I really don't eat meat. Not because I'm a vegan or anything, just because I don't really like meat. Except for chicken. Chicken's amazing. Chicken and some fish. But mostly chicken. Because chicken is perfect. Oh my goodness. I am non-religious, so that's a shame, but that's your choice, so I respect it. That's awesome. Holy Night and White Death. That's what I'm talking about, difference of opinion, but we all just agree to disagree. Fantastic. That's exactly it. It's one of those, it's funny, because I say, we all should agree to disagree on things that we have issues with, but I think the best thing I've ever heard someone say in regard, to that, is that in regards to religion, politics, so on and so forth, any of those, really hard issues that people are very passionate about, just always keep in mind that you're just as likely to change their mind as they are to change yours. And that pretty much makes everybody just kind of shut up about arguing about those things, because it's this is, we're not gonna get anywhere, is what that comes down to. Fish is great. Love salmon. Yes, salmon is where it's at. Salmon. And then I like fish sticks, which I know it's not like fish, but it is still fish. It's just not fish. I actually have salmon in the freezer right now, which I'm terrified. I don't trust myself cooking meat, because I don't really eat meat. So, I can't really describe, but it tastes like you really have to have it when you can really describe it. Okay. I liked beef jerky that my grandfather made. He smoked it, but I think I just like the smoky taste. I don't think I cared too much about the meat involved. Though, I can honestly say that I hate bacon with a burning passion. Talking about controversial viewpoints, I know. But bacon is gross. Bacon tasted like rubber, in my opinion. So, take that. And now I'm going to butcher the way this burger is going to look like the least appetizing burger you have ever seen burgered in your life. There is a pizza place that puts reindeer meat on their pizza. Haven't tried it, but it sounds interesting. It does sound interesting. Very, very interesting. But it makes sense that they put it on anything. New plan, force feed that to my brother. I don't know if I buy that consuming. I will say I wish for everyone to have faith. But if they don't want to know Jesus, that is their choice. And I, therefore, must respect it. I think that's a very mature way to look at it, Holy Night. Absolutely. I think that is extremely mature and good. Yeah, I don't think it's anything bad to say what you believe in or anything. It's just when people get in really heated arguments about it, I think it's and in regards to politics or anything, it's like, okay, you're just as likely. A lot of things people have to change their minds on their own, and you do have people who will argue for no. There are people who argue just to argue, and there's people who will argue not to like debate, but rather to they want to win, you know. I don't know. I've seen it. Maybe I'm talking more of like the old days of stuff I used to see on YouTube more. Comment isn't censored. You call it polygamist? Okay. Or is it polygamous? Is that what that is? But you spelled it with a 0? Petunia? I do see it. But anyway, something else that Samurai Dan taught, which was really interesting. You know when in movies when people catch swords? And you also know how that's impossible? Did you know that's impossible? Because it's impossible to do. You can't do that. You can't catch a sword. Fun fact. You cannot catch a sword. Mythbusters tried it. And he did reference them. He was talking about them. Very true. You cannot do that. But he was saying that it does come from historical reference because ninjas used to have those little claw thingies. I'm gonna do this. This is so not what this looks like. But anyway, so what they would do is when the person would swing the sword down, like you can't catch it, but you could hook it on that, and it would only be like a last-ditch effort if you were cornered or like your back was against the wall or something, and you just didn't want the sword to hit you right in the face. You could go like that and kind of mush it, like kind of try and push it to the side. And yeah, that's where that comes from. I was like, interesting. He had a lot. If you ever go to a con and Samurai Dan's there, I highly recommend you go. Like I went there to go see my new friendo, but I sat through the whole thing and I was like, this is actually really interesting. I'm glad I came to this. I felt like I learned so much. And he's very, very, very knowledgeable about all of it. Well, I'm trying to learn all the faith, but right now I'm stuck in the 90s history with the Middle East issues, so I'm trying to learn their religion. That's how it's pronounced. You kind of got it right. I feel like that's most of the things I try to pronounce, Petunia. I kind of get them right. I do my best. Oh my. I'm sorry for anyone who eats burgers. Luckily, it's a little blurry on there, so it doesn't look as bad when I look at the screen. It doesn't look too bad here either. It just looks like a lot of random, like, what is this supposed to be? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It does not look as delectable as this does. But also, I think the fact that I'm not coloring in is gonna affect that as well. I think that's everything. So now I can go ahead and erase. I see you like that. That is very smart. I love you too, and I wish you the best of luck in your journey about learning different types of faith. Weird thing about me, I kind of like Greek mythology, but I feel like there is a god beyond that, but that's just my personal opinion. That's impossible because of the impact. It's only a trick show for movies, not gonna work on real life. Block the samurai with the bare hands. Well, no, that's the point, is they would hook it with the things. So the things that ninjas would use, Alvin, to like scale walls, because they'd have like a hook on their shoe and they'd have like little hook thingies that they would try to not catch the sword, but more so like, so they wouldn't go like this, they'd go like that, and they'd try to hook it just enough so that way they could like have the sword go into their shoulder or something, so that way they're not like taking a sword straight to the face. Because yeah, when Mythbusters did it, they determined that the human body can't make enough pressure. So even if you managed to catch it, it would still cut right through. So human body is not capable of doing that. So yes, you are correct, Alvin. You are correct, and it is very neat. It is a neat little history fact. The only thing I was looking for at a con is another person dressed as a nurse or doctor like I would be. There's a lot of really fun things to do at the con. Again, I'm my video is gonna be up this weekend on it. I'm really excited about this video. I'm putting a lot of work into it, and when I say that, I mean that's what I'm planning to do in my head. Because I'm actually making a script and stuff to make it like a little. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Because it's like partially a vlog, partially just a video on it. Because I don't know. There's this one guy who rates cons, and I kind of like his style, but I'm not exactly doing it like that. Like, I just feel like I have a lot of pictures of things and not necessarily videos of everything. Did I tell you yesterday was my... Oh my gosh, Petunia! You told everyone that yesterday was your birthday. You should change your name from Petunia Skunk to Petunia Yesterday Was My Birthday Skunk. See if people are like, was yesterday actually your birthday though? Yeah, I think, judging by the time, we're just gonna get K done tonight. And then, yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do on Thursday. I'm thinking playing a game, and I would rather not play one on the computer because, again, this video is gonna be... There's gonna be a lot in it, so it's gonna take up a lot of room on the computer. I already was trying to, like, delete things, try and make more room to work on the video and everything. So, I think War Thunder is gonna be out. Especially because I also want to try and keep Baldur's Gate on there just because on Wednesday I'm going to play with my friendo. But I could play either Dream Tank Match or Azure Lane. What are your guys' opinions? Dream Tank Match or Crosswave? I could maybe actually read Crosswave depending. I don't even know what's going on because last time I played I didn't read what was happening. Because I think they were talking. Maybe. I don't know. I can't say I rewatched my stream, so might have to check it out and see what the audio was like on that. Sounded like a sheep. That. That. If I was at a con, you will probably see me as Mika just running around stealing food. Well, don't steal food, you'll get kicked out. But, yo, I'm playing Crosswave right now. Oh, look at that cute seals. Nice. Though, we got two ship game. Oh, geez. Oh, goodness. Okay, wait, so we got... You know what? Hold on. I can do a poll, right? I've done this before, have I not? How do I do a poll? Oh gosh. Add emotes. Show my support. I am the consuming of the plastic though. Community moderation. Isn't there a way to do a poll? I did this before. Why am I not able to figure this out? Oh wait. Maybe I have to go on my phone and do it. Hold on. Ship game, Crosswave, boat. Oh man, no War Thunder. Are we ever going to play together then? Yeah, we're gonna play it again. Just, I have to get this video and the next video. I have to get both of them done, and then I should be able to play War Thunder. Usually my videos are just... I film my unboxings. It's 2 GoPros going at once. I cut down the one extremely at this point because I realized I didn't need to flip back and forth so much. And then it's like super easy. Like, not easy, but it's not... doesn't take up too much space on my computer. But the con is like video after video after video, and some of them are very long. So let's see, can I make a... No. I cannot make it. I can't make a poll? Okay, well, whatever. Whatever. I did it once, can't do it now. Can't figure it out. I was putting my hand over here like there's a mouse. The mouse is over here. I'm just touching nothing over here. Like Alvin, Dream Tank Match, ship game, boat. You know, I'll do a poll in the community post on Thursday when I say, hey, I'm gonna be live, what you guys want me to play. And I'll put it there. That way you guys can go ahead there and let me know what you're thinking. Look at that. She doesn't look half bad, I think. Yeah? Here, I'll turn it. I have it tilted a little bit so it's easier for me. But there it is when it's actually flat. I can just do this, actually. So that's how it looks when it's actually flat. Because you guys see it tilted like this. Because that's how I draw. Oh, you know, I need to erase this too. Then her wheels and stuff won't look so dark. There we go, there we go. What do you think? I think she looks pretty dang good. When it's flat like that, it actually looks pretty perfect. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Consuming, maybe not everyone like Alvin has heard my birthday. You just keep telling everybody, Petunia. Keep telling everybody. Eventually we will all know. And next year we'll wish you an early birthday because we'll all have remembered that what your birthday is. That your birthday is on the 14th. Come back. What you guys talking about? I keep popping in a bit. We're figuring out what we're gonna play on Thursday, but we're just gonna do a poll in the community tab because I can't figure out how to do it. Because I'm a little too special. Happy birthday. It looks great, thank you. Perfection. Now floof. No, I'm not done yet. I have to we got 20 minutes and I'm gonna add shading. This is just an outline. I wanna add some shading to this, which at this point, I mean, we could still follow this to an extent. But she's got some shading going on, so we gotta add some shading. Plus shading with pens kind of fun. I really like drawing with pens and Sharpies, so this shall be fun. Plus it's an even funner game when you can't erase or anything. Just gotta go in and kinda commit to the bit. Gotta commit to the shading. The K drawing is absolutely adorable. You did great. Thank you so much, Holy Knight. Yeah, I think she turned out really good. Now we'll just add some shading here or there. Add some shading everywhere. Just gotta make sure when you're shading that you pretty much shade all in the same direction, so it doesn't look strange. That's what I was taught at least. But at the same time, I don't really like putting restrictions on myself, so I might just start shading all over the place. Who knows? I can shade however I want. But I'm glad you guys like it. Glad you guys like it. So far, so good, I say. McKay drawing. Okay. The pain when you make a mistake with a pen. I know. You know, maybe I'll do the outlines of the... I'll do that. I'll do the outlines of the shading first. So that way... Plus, like, hers does have quite a bit of outlines for the shading. We'll just do that and maybe it'll make it a little less likely that I'll screw it up. We'll have to see. We will have to see. I feel like I want a little shading here. I don't think there is any shading over here. I don't care. I'm moving her over here. Sorry, guys. You're not gonna be able to see this. Oh, I just accidentally made a little line right there. That's okay. That's okay, we say. Hey, Kay says that's okay. Kay doesn't care. Get back to you guys in 1 second. 1 second, my friends. Let me just color this up. Color. And we can also color this fairly dark because this is the red. Oh, also today, this afternoon, before my kids went to bed, I had them do a little movie night. We watched The Addams Family. It was like, my daughter's like, I want to see Wednesday, because she's seen who Wednesday is, and, you know, with the resurgence of, I guess, Wednesday or whatever. And I was like, oh, sure. But if we're gonna look at it, we're gonna watch the old one. I have the DVD. And we watched it, and I was like, this might be a little too much for them right now. Maybe should have waited till they were a little older. Oh, well. Too bad, so sad. They were fine, though. My kids can handle quite a bit in regards to the spooky department. They just tend to like spooky things. They're super into... What is that channel? You guys heard of Unspeakable? And if you had, like... If you haven't, they're really funny. My kids are obsessed with them, currently. She looks great. Thank you, Omega. Mwah. Gotta go to work. Good night, Consuming. Good night, White Death. Hope you have a good one. Good luck with work. Let's see. Let's see. Is it just me or is Crosswave kind of easy? I barely got to fight anything. It's all narrative. Narrative? I don't think that's the right word. I have it on the hardest difficulty and it's still not hard. Well, I don't know, maybe. Because I like literally feel like I haven't even barely played. So maybe it is really easy. Nothing like Strike Witches being mentioned to bring me back. What was Strike Witches mentioned? I totally missed it. Or World of Witches. When you do Nurse Monica, in which I want the picture of, I would love to use the use of color. Yeah, I'll do color for that one. Did you go to art school for this? I went to community college because I didn't want debt. And I got a degree in graphic design, but in order to do that, you have to take art classes. So I didn't learn how to draw from college. I knew how to draw going into college. And it still destroyed me. Art school really destroys people and their artistic ability because they just sap the creativity. Like you me saying like, oh, you gotta shade in one direction. You do not need to shade in one direction. If you choose to, you are an artist. You can choose to shade however the heck you want. And but when you're in school, they're like, no, there are rules. It's like, no, there aren't freaking rules. Shut up. It's art. It's art. There are no rules. In my opinion. Like, you wanna make your shading go every which way? You should do that. I'm not right now. But that's because, at this point, I don't really want to. Everything's going one way, so there's no reason for me to switch it. But it is true that art should be fun, and you should do whatever you want, and there shouldn't be rules. And art school truly does ruin a lot of people's creativity. It's very sad. If you've ever seen, I've seen videos of people like before art school, after art school. I expected it to be like so much better after art school, and their artwork just like, you could tell it was no longer like something that they enjoyed and stuff. It's like, oh geez, oh that looks really dark. Oh well, it's like little. That's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. It's good enough. I like it. A good night with death. Yes, he has his own juice drink somewhere. Yeah, he also has like gummies. So his gummies come with these little cards. We got the kitty cat ones because my girls wanted the pink box, of course. And now, because my kiddos I know will destroy the cards, I now have a deck of these cards from the gummies for Unspeakable. But he is funny. I actually really do enjoy his stuff. He is just ridiculous. Yes, I have summoned you. Ha ha ha. It is like 80% yapping and 20% gameplay. Yeah, really, not gonna lie. I might drop to one character to make it harder. There you go. I just shared my progress on the Discord. I will check it out when I am done streaming Lighthouse. Assuming you skipped my comment. Oh, no, what did I skip? Or am I all good now? Well, you retracted one of your comments. I think I was just behind. I went to get my lunch, and that was perfect timing, lol. Sadly, there is no chef's kiss emoji. What is your lunch? We always ask you this, Omega. I feel like we always ask you. And isn't it Brandon also who usually gets food? Or is like, I just got done eating? We always ask you guys what you ate. What did you eat? Share with the class. What did you consume? Was it plastic? I have been in several art classes. I can verify the pain. Yeah, right? I feel like they just suck your soul. They suck the soul out of you, and I don't know why it's like that. Because it really should not be like that at all. But it is. But alas, it is. I think you might very briefly look at Yukari and then draw her in the next drawing stream. Yeah, we'll draw her in the next drawing stream for sure, Petunia. My book isn't near me to use as a reference right now, and that's probably what I'll be using because I don't have another thing like this for Yukari, sadly. So unless I have another piece of merch lying around that I could use. I don't feel like I have much Yukari merch though. Like just in general. I see. Since I was thinking of going to an art school, though it is for a particular style, that might be fine. I almost went to a comic book school, but I did not. It's funny because one of the kids I graduated with from college, from a community college, his parents actually are comic book artists, and he ended up going over there afterwards. He dual majored in something. He dual majored in graphic design and then another art. And then he went over to that school instead, which is cool. And I think he does do comic book stuff nowadays, but I don't know what he works on. We kind of lost touch. So, not sure. Not sure. But you missed my comment about asking people to like the stream. Oh, like the stream. Only Night says like the stream. Where was that comment? That was a pretty important one for me to miss. Oh, here you go. This is a reminder to like the stream. If you don't, you're being sent to the 504th fighter wing and getting a redacted check from the commander. Sorry. And you don't want that. If you know, you know. There you go. Sorry I missed that comment. So sorry. You would love to see the BTS game? BTS as in the Korean group? Huh? I ate a sausage. Very nice. BTS game mission, fight your way through the K-pop stands. Yeah, that's what my brain went to too. I felt like laying there. Email? What? I had peanut butter, cold noodles, and an egg roll at local Chinese restaurant. Very nice. You can look him up and then probably find what he works on. I probably could. I can probably find him on Instagram or something. I know his whole full name, so that's helpful, but I'm not gonna say it here because I don't know what he's up to nowadays, and I don't want to give him watch. He's not a comic book artist anymore, and I just give out his full name to all of you. That would be unfortunate. So before I say anything and put my foot in my mouth, let me see if he's actually still doing these things or not. But if he's working on something, we can always shout him out and be like, hey, go check him out. Big Titty Ship Woman, aka Azure Lane. Wait. Is that... Oh, well, I'm off to bed. Buena noche. Buena noche. Ervin, hope you have a good evening. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. We'll see you next time. So wait, Azure Lane is BTS? I'm confused. Omega. Hello, Omega. That is so true. Yeah, thanks for the bleh. All the bless. For Petunia's birthday. Alright, let's do this. Beautiful. Her entire neck gets this according to the picture, which does look like it makes sense. Let's darken those collarbones a little bit. Yeah. And we gotta put a little bit right here on the cleavage, of course. Of course, because that's only the right thing to do. And hair. Hair is always fun. That may be the best bleh I've heard all stream. That's because I wasn't thinking too hard about it. Just kind of went with it. It's always better when you're not thinking about it. When there's no pressure. No pressure to bleh properly. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I think that's good. A little bit here, a little bit here. And then we gotta move on to the hair. The hair we will be doing the whatchamacallit, the way the hair goes, because that's how I like to shade hair. The shading shall be the way the hair goes. And we get to make the little shiny, shiny, shiny parts, which I like making. Shiny, shiny, shiny parts. I will catch back up in the chat in a second. Just make some fun little shiny, shiny, shiny parts going on here. And shady, shady, shady parts. Woohoo. Grammar is not really my friend in this stream. That's okay. I was just thinking about the character design. Though, funny enough, my favorite has the magical transforming bust. She goes from having an A cup in some skins to a G cups in others. That's very odd. Is there a reason, like, canonically for that? Does it have to do with, like, I don't know. I don't even know what would cause that in Ship Girls. Like, it's not like they're Transformers, so I could believe it more in that kind of instance, but interesting. Very strange. Very, very strange. And also slightly confusing. There's no reason for it? Okay. I congratulate you on this illustration. Share it on the Discord. Share mine on the Discord? I can. I absolutely can. I can share it in the art part of the Discord. For sure. If you are asking me to. That way you can actually see what it looks like without all the noise. Can you tell I like to draw with pen though? I don't know. Everything else I'm like, yeah, I don't know, that looks like this I'm like, yeah, I'm just going for it. I have a lot of fun with pen. Just very relaxing for me. And again, it's funny because I think pen is not many people's forte. Because it is so not forgiving. But I think part of it's just because of my style of drawing too. Because I like it, like for instance, like hair, I draw it very sketchy. And I do it on purpose. So it's not... It's very forgiving for me at least. But I think it's just the style. The style, if that makes sense. I don't know. We're close to end of stream, so my speech and everything is like getting a little questionable, I guess. Just slightly questionable. Okay, anything else we gotta shade real quick? Well, we should probably shade the cup and stuff to make it less obvious. Oh, and her shoes. Her shoes, this hand. We can do that real quick. We can absolutely do that real quick. Most all of the shoe is like is shaded or supposed to be shaded. And we just have to guess over here, so we'll just do the same thing over here, I suppose. And as for this, it's gotta be like that, that, and that. And then we'll get back to the chat in 2 seconds. And okay. And okay. And okay. Looks pretty good. Pretty good, I say. I'm just gonna do this so we have some sort of something. I'm just gonna leave her skin with nothing with the shading. I think it looks pretty good. I like it. I like it. I like it. This shaded. Let's see. Oh, I am behind. I did not know there was a ranking system for women's breasts. I feel like I need to be educated on this. Oh, wait, you didn't know that you mean like an A cup and a B cup and what that means, Holy Night? I mean, to be fair, you really don't need to know. But, yes, there is. You're back. This time the stream has ended. Oh, okay. Good. Was it a good stream, Maho? Did you have fun? In other news, I bought Gary's mod a few days ago and just having some fun, and I was putting a bunch of props on a map. And let's just say I got too many down. I can't load back into it. Oh, no. It forced me to end it as the game U-boat bugged out and locked the computer. Oh, that sucks. Maho, I'm sorry. It is the process that I was talking about. Yeah. The bad thing is that... Oh, you the ranking like S tier, A tier? That's actually really funny. The bad thing is that I didn't make a hard save of it, so the last thing I have is 3 hours behind. Oh, and I can't get back to the original. So trying to see how I can make my computer load it. Can you load it up on another computer by any chance? Like load that save up on another computer and then take some stuff away maybe? Theoretically? I don't know. I don't know how Gary's mod works. Actually, the stream is technically still going as I can't get back on OBS to end it. Oh boy. I don't even know how to point you in the right direction for that, Maho. Also, what is going on with the burger is... It is the height of her head. I mean, that's accurate, though. I did it accurately. In both images, yeah. So, I don't know. I guess it's a triple burger. That's very... voluptuous. I don't know. Very... full, very matey. I'm not sure. The Yukari I want to see in drawn is the one where it looks like she's in a biker outfit with sunglasses. Alright, we will look in the book for it next time, Petunia. Just remind me, okay? I know that's just what I meant. I had no idea there were different names for different sizes. Oh yeah, it's all it all has to do with different measurements of different inches around different parts of the body. That's all. So the number, the letter is the size of the boob, and then the number is the size of the band that holds the bra, like the bottom part of the bra. There you go. The more you know. And there's math you do to figure that out. Oh, it's auto stopped when the computer shut off. Oh, that's good. That's very good, Maho. I'm glad. There are also some numbers, yeah. What's everyone color? Yours is periwinkle. Your favorite color is periwinkle. Midnight blue. Ooh, very fancy. My favorite color is orange. Me too, Holy Night. At least for now. I'm starting to lean more towards red nowadays, but good night, everyone. Good night, Francisco. Hope you have a good night. Sweet dreams. We'll see you next time, hopefully. To be more specific, dark orange, like a burnt orange, Holy Night, because it is pretty nice blue for you. You're signing off as well, Lighthouse. I am going to be signing off as well. I'm just going to finish the burger, and then I will be off as well. Ciao. See, that's the problem. I don't have a computer powerful enough to load it on. So unless I can figure out something else, I don't need to buy a new computer or something to upgrade mine. I would say see if a friend could help you out. I am just not American enough to comprehend this. Why would you create a burger like this? There's a burger at this restaurant that's not terribly far from where I grew up, where you could get this. It was one of those food challenges with a giant burger. They would like share between people, and if you finished it, you didn't have to pay for it. Of course, I don't think anyone finished it, but you know, it's one of those fun little challenge food things. Oh, it looks like there might be a little. I'm gonna put a little toothpick in the top, like it's a sandwich. I shouldn't have done that, but now it looks like it's got a little toothpick on top. Yay! Toothpick on top of the bun. I should make little seeds too. Why? Because I feel like it. There's no actual reason. It now just looks like it's got random... It almost looks like it's a code written in it. But yeah, it's definitely American thing. I could definitely see this existing. Have you ever watched anything about Heart Attack Grill, Omega? Watch that and you'll be horrified. You'll be like, oh, this is what America's like. Which is, in fairness, it's not. We do have a lot of big portions, but we also take most of them home and stuff. I know Americans are known for being fat, but generally, people aren't eating entire portions in one sitting. There you go, guys. There is Kay giving you a burger. I will put the picture in the Discord before I go to sleep tonight. I'm sure Lighthouse Gravy knows so what I've been to everyone. Also, I agree consuming. I don't need to know the different cup sizes, but the part of me that wants to know, I'm truly fighting against my inner demons. You can look up, like, so women have to look it up to figure it out anyways. It's just kind of like a normal part of being a girl. So it's not like you can just look up how you figure it out. There's even videos on YouTube explaining how you do the math, because the math is pretty interesting. You have to measure in different spots and then you have to subtract, and that's how you get your like letter. It's interesting. I mean, you could also just, like, women can go somewhere that sells bras and generally someone will measure you, but you can do it yourself. You don't need to be all up and personal with people. I've only seen the stream in bursts, but Kay looks great. Thank you, Ryan. Certainly Cleveland will work for the rest of the game. I do not know. Cleveland unlocked. Let's go. Oh, okay. For Crosswave. Nice. Good. I'll make your uniform in the game Midnight Blue. Ciao. You don't need to know, but I can help you out in the future with your wife. Baller. Okay, Mega. I may or may not do some research then. I remember talking about American food on the Discord and using Heart Attack Grill as a reference photo while talking about it. Most places aren't like Heart Attack Grill, but I do find it to be a very funny. I find that restaurant to be hilarious. I'm sure Lighthouse. Okay, and that's the end of that. I'm caught up on chat. It is 11:05. I'm gonna be hopping off. So I hope you all had a fantastic day. Next stream we'll play something, and I don't know when we'll be drawing again, but next drawing stream we will be drawing Yukari, and then we will also be doing Monica as a nurse, which that has to be done by October something. I will look it back up. Brandon, your birthday. We're gonna see if we can do Surgeon Simulator on that day, and it'll be a fun drinking stream. So that'll be good. Yesterday was your birthday. I know, Petunia. I think we all know by this point. Better to be prepared and not needed than needed and not knowing it. True, though most women are gonna know their own cup size. Gonna just be honest there. That is our perception of American food. Is just Heart Attack Grill. Oh, that's your perception of American food. It's probably not a good thing. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic night. Good night, and I will see you next time. Bye. Next stream will be Thursday. See ya.